Never thought I'd ever make it. I can't believe the hell I've been through. Couldn't see the light at the end of the tunnel. I didn't know what to do. I've been through the rain, I've been through the fire. There was something that I never knew. I had an angel on my shoulder with a plan for me divine. Must be an angel on my shoulder who was right there all the time. Must be an angel. This world can be so cold and so heartless. It's hard to find your way alone. Used to run so fast, no one could catch me. I couldn't find my way back home. Well, I've laughed, I've cried, I've almost died, but my broken heart just never knew. I had an angel on my shoulder with a plan for me divine. Got to be an angel on my shoulder who was right there all the time. Everybody needs someone to cling to with an unchanging love. I finally found a hand to hold on to, a shelter to run to. Now I see he's watching over me. Got an angel on my shoulder with a plan for me divine. Got to be an angel on my shoulder who was right there, right there, right there, right there all the time. Got to be an angel, an angel, an angel, an angel who was right there all the time.
It's lunchtime and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from the Amp Media Studios, Dawn and Freddie S. and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought and take a front row seat in the Brooklyn Cafe and get ready to enjoy some humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of hope and happiness to help your day go by with a smile. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or just plain dream making. If you have a story to share, movie review, restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in toll free 888-994-4995, Studio A right now. Sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Cafe. Here are your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S.
Welcome, everyone. Happy Monday. And
Happy
yes,
Monday.
Freddie got way better looking over the weekend. I know. Sorry,
Well, thank
Freddie.
you.
We're going to let you know where he is. We actually have a fun game. It's Where is Freddie? See if everyone can figure out where Freddie might be this week. But he is out for the week, so I've got Emily Finton joining me today.
Hello.
She is new to the studio,
So happy to be here.
welcome her. We're going to get her first day Monday morning jitters out, but she's here. You're all in good hands. Freddie is out and about doing some broadcasting things. So they've got segments. We're going to fill you in on all of that. You can always follow us on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube at the Brooklyn Cafe TV for all exclusive behind-the-scenes content. Like and subscribe. Follow our channels as well as Amp Media Productions and see all the shows we have from J.C. Dreesen that you saw to Sally, Call Me Zena, Laura, Sanders, and Hello, Your Health is Calling. 20 shows that we do every week, so check out all of our shows on Amp Media. All right, all that housekeeping is taken care of. Happy Monday to you.
Happy Monday.
Well, welcome to the studio.
Thank you. I am so happy to be here.
I have to tell you, so you came here the other day and you said, I have an angel wing on my shoulder, so which totally inspired me to play that J.C. Dreesen song. J.C. hosts a show here Thursdays on True Oldies Radio, and she sings, and that is one of her covers that she does. So we have to open with that.
That was a great welcome. So thank you so much. That was so thoughtful. I am so happy to be here and show off the angel wing that you guys just mentioned. So
Tell us a little bit about you.
So I am from Coshocton, Ohio. It's a town you've never heard of, and it is a town that people drive straight through. I am convinced that I was supposed to be Amish. All of my neighbors are, and I made my way out of Ohio straight to South Florida. So I'm in a bit of a culture shock. There's definitely no TV studios there, but I am very happy to be here and out of the farm. So.
You grew up on a farm.
Yes, my dad actually owns John Deere stores. So I grew up napping in a combine, jumping off hay bales for fun. Don't forget, there's definitely some rashes that come with the hay bales.
Wow.
But yes, it is everything that you, if you love it, you love it, but it's something that you kind of want to expand from. So
How did you end up here?
I actually I went to college at Ohio University, and right out of college, I got recruited to South Florida to work on writing some news, never in front of the camera, and now I'm here. So it's just a blessing.
So our very good friend, Heather, she was right when we met her, and gosh, 9 years ago, Heather was one of our first clients at DexaFit, and was all about health and wellness. She had a DEXA scan in her office, and ever since then, Heather has been near and dear to our heart. She saved Freddie's life literally 7 years ago when she touched him, and she said, you need to go to the hospital. And he did, and he was in ICU for 7 days, and that was 7.5 years ago. So Heather is always an angel in our hearts. And when she said, you have to meet Emily, there was no doubt that we had to meet Emily. And so Here you are. So Heather, thank you for all that you always
Heather.
do.
Thank you. And hi, Mom, Dad, Grandma. I know you're watching right now, so I want to give you guys a shout out.
But we've got a great show lined up. No Monday would be complete, of course, without our in-house psychic and medium, Sally Bernard. So Sally's here hanging. We've got Veronica Green of Veggie Vero. Some healthy vegan snacks for kids. Yes, they're back to school in South Florida, which is unbelievable, I know. So always some healthy snacks for the kids or lunch. You can always check out her books at veggievero.com. We've got Caitlin Burghardt. We're going to be talking polarity therapy. So I had never heard about polarity therapy before, so you're going to check this out. We've got Steve Giordano. He is running Democratic for St. Lucie County Sheriff. We've got Tracy McDonough from Healing Moments, a full show, Military Minute, and we may get a pop-in from Freddie while he's out on the road. So a full show lined up for you today. We're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, more to come on the other side of this break. We'll be right back.
Do you have an idea for a show or a podcast? Do you want the opportunity to be on TV? Amp Media Productions is partnered with True Oldies Real Radio Station and powered by many online platforms such as Roku, Facebook, YouTube, and even Amazon Fire to help amplify your impact. Do you want your voice to reach a wide audience? Call us today at 866-224-5422.
Amp Media Productions is excited to announce our expansion into North Miami. With our experienced team of radio and TV professionals, we are dedicated to bringing North Miami the highest quality audio and visual production services. Whether you need radio or television commercials, podcasts, music videos, or audio and visual storytelling, we can provide the solutions to help you reach your goals. Our team is reliable, innovative, and creative, and we're ready to help you develop the perfect product. With our competitive rates and personalized service, you can trust that your project is in the best hands. Contact us today to get started on your project. 866-224-5422.
Looking for art to add to your collection? Well, look no further. Here at Amp Media Studios, we house tons of art, ranging from abstract paintings to realistic portraits. Come on in and find the art that fits your home. Any and all art is up for sale, so pick yours up today. Stop by at 2400 Northwest 2nd Avenue, Boca Raton, Florida 33431. See you there!
Being a successful woman in business means having the courage to own who you are. We understand the challenges faced by women, and we are here to help. Our team is here to develop the best strategy designed just for you. Your path is unique, and with the right tools, you can accomplish your dream. From radio to TV, from podcasting to magazines, we create the visibility to amplify your impact in business. At New Dawn Media, we are here to help bring your message forward and help your business flourish. It is time for your message to be seen and your voice to be heard. Contact us at 866-224-5422 or brooklyncafe.tv. Your voice can make a difference.
Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella.
Pizza Rica, tasty rich and pizza at 2001 Northwest Boca Raton Boulevard or contact 561-826-8663.
Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella.
Have you filed for disability benefits but were denied by the Social Security Administration? Or do you need to apply for benefits and are overwhelmed with paperwork? Are you between the ages of 50 to 63 and can no longer work because of an illness or injury? Thousands of hardworking Americans are in your situation. They file for disability benefits every month and are unnecessarily denied their much-needed benefit check. Call now for a no-obligation, free evaluation. We can help you nearly double your chances of approval and get your benefit checks faster. We understand the physical, emotional, and financial impact and will share our insider expertise. There is a time limit to apply. We're here to help you get your disability claim filed and paid as soon as possible. Please, time is limited. So, if you are between the ages of 50 to 63 and can no longer work because of an illness or injury, call right now and let us help you file your disability claim with the Social Security Administration.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
Sexiest bell ringer I think I ever saw. Actually, I get to say these things, so it's all good. Emily Finton is filling in for Freddie while he is out for the week. I'm excited to have Steve Giordano with us. He is running for sheriff of St. Lucie County, which is really interesting because it is bigger than Port St. Lucie itself. Steve comes to us from Mike Velarde, and Mike Velarde has had a show with us for years and years. So we got to meet Steve last week in the studio, and we said, you know what, let's bring him in, embrace him on the Brooklyn Cafe, and talk about his platform and why it's so important and what's happening in St. Lucie County. So Steve, welcome to the set.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Well, we're happy to have you here, and thank you for making the trip down. I know it's a bit of a trip. Even Emily from Fort Lauderdale took her 2 hours.
2 hours.
Wow.
Yeah. it was
So
a good
I
morning.
thank you for coming down.
Safe.
St. Lucie County encompasses not just Port St. Lucie.
Yeah, Fort Pierce as well.
How long have you been in that area?
I've been in St. Lucie County since 1989. Grew up there, went to school there. I'm a product of St. Lucie County schools, and I'm genuinely here to make positive change, not only for the community, but also the deputies.
And what have you seen change? Let's talk about the deputies.
Yeah, the growth, it's challenging when you have so many people that are moving in and you don't have the resources that you need to be successful. So that's what I'm here to help and change, and only make positive changes for the people, and the deputies, bring that together.
What kind of resources do you think are I can't say lacking because I know times have changed, but
Sure.
what are you seeing that is what the need is?
The need is definitely starts with good leadership at the top and having a good command staff that the deputies feel comfortable and understanding, and everybody being on the same page, because we're all here to work together and unify in the community. I call it unity in the community. But if we can get the deputies and the community to work together, I think that'll be a win-win, meaning we get out actively, we're proactive, we're talking with the residents, we're talking with the community, and they feel comfortable. Right now there's a big issue with trust in law enforcement. I'm here to bridge that gap.
There's a big issue, and I actually got a thing this morning, a flyer that said one of the local bagel places, the police department is doing coffee and conversation. And it
Yeah.
actually came across as a highlight on my neighborhood app this morning, and I thought, that's brilliant, that it
Yeah.
actually, where they're advertising and placing it, right? So it goes to all the neighborhoods. But I think it goes to your point of trust.
Trust, absolutely. We need to rebuild the trust back into law enforcement. There's a lot going on right now that the community does not feel safe, or they don't feel, that they can rely on law enforcement to give them information. Nobody wants to be labeled a snitch, but at the same time, we need to feel comfortable in the community with, if you see something, you need to say something. And I'm here to help that, help people feel comfortable with law enforcement in the community again.
Are you seeing it across your demographics, mostly with kids in school, or across the county as a whole?
Well, it's funny you bring that up, because the kids in school, I'm very passionate about the youth, and I feel we need to have more programs for the youth, and we need to get our school resource deputies actively involved with the community, with the people, with the schools, not only just going to school, protecting our kids, but also building relationships with the parents, building relationships with the kids that are in gangs, or why are they in gangs, really figuring out the problems of how we can separate those two and make them feel comfortable wanting to grow up to be a law enforcement officer. I'm not a politician. Genuinely, I'm here to help any way that I can. So I think I'm the best candidate because I grew up here, I went to school here, and I'm a businessman, and I'm genuinely here to help the community be successful, and the deputies as well.
When you went to school in Ohio, did you have metal detectors in high school?
We didn't. I have been seeing that on the news lately, that there's the longest lines to get into their school, that there's a huge buildup of traffic, and it's disrupting school, that all the hours that they could be using for education. But honestly, at this point, I would have felt a lot safer when I did go into school if I had some sort of protection. But when I'm in a rural community, we don't have funding, we don't have any kind of resources to get that. So when you grow up in a place that's not exactly like this, you don't have those opportunities to feel a little bit safer. So
Absolutely.
That's something that I always would have wished for, is that a little bit of protection.
Absolutely.
With funding, what does that look like for St. Lucie County?
So we currently have roughly $100 million budget. Back on the other subject, I'm very big on reform. Obviously, we're going to fight crime. I'm going to be a law and order sheriff, but at the same token, we need to have somebody that's going to work on reform so people don't commit the same crimes and go back to jail again. So I think we can definitely on lowering the recidivism would be key to help even save taxpayers money. Roughly costs about $35,000 a year just to house an inmate yearly.
What do you think the key to reform is?
Getting boots on the ground, actively, proactively involved in the community, hands down. Knocking on doors, talking with people, not seeing deputies side by side underneath trees, actually knocking on doors saying, how you doing? I'm Deputy Giordano. I'm here for the next 30 days. What can I do to help you? I'm going to be in your zone. St. Lucie County, we have 12 zones, roughly 12 officers, a few floaters, and then 3 supervisors. So we need to be proactive in the community, not just, driving around 24/7. I mean, we're also going to be fighting traffic issues, but we need to know why do we have drug dealings in certain areas? Why do we have murders just in certain areas? So those people, whoever they are, need to feel comfortable with contacting law enforcement. If you see something, please say something. We're here to help.
Does it change the amount of boots on the ground based on the area if you've got higher incidence of drug trafficking or human trafficking, different more in certain areas?
I mean, we have specialized traffic units. We have SIUs, special undercovers units. So, I mean, we have different units that can do different things, but generally there's, 12 zones with 12 deputies, floaters, and supervisors 24/7 flowing around. So the sheriff's office is already self-sufficient. It's already running, but we need somebody that's going to make it better. We need somebody who really cares about the community, who's going to bring law enforcement and the community together. And that's what I'm here to do, bridge that gap.
Now, you're running unopposed on the Democratic side. Tomorrow,
Correct.
you're it.
Correct. Yes, ma'am.
And tell me about potentially who you're running against. What are your platforms different?
Yeah, so I mean, I think each candidate brings something different to the table. Mine is just, I'm the hometown sheriff. I'm the local guy. I'm here to genuinely help. I'm not a politician. I'm the one that's actually going to really implement change within the department and the community. We need a fresh start. We need fresh ideas. We need innovative things that are going to happen and work together with the people and business owners in the community. I support all local businesses, and I'm just genuinely here to help any way that I can. We'll be having monthly meetings at the sheriff's office from pastors, business owners, entrepreneurs. That way we can really unify and, learn this business, and these people might need people that come out of jail to get hired and they were having a hard time. Just really working together. It's all about teamwork for me.
And I know there's programs down here, and they've actually asked mentorship programs for people that are coming out of jail to get them back into society. And they even asked, would we welcome them if they were interested in media production and that type of thing.
That's awesome.
It's definitely difficult, too, because a lot of these jobs that people out of jail can get are in environments where they're kind of predisposed to doing crimes again. So, certainly, and I don't mean to say anything with restaurants, things like that. That's where a lot of people are getting hired, and there is a lot of, I guess, drinking, alcohol around you and those. So how can we get them to kind of step out of just the basic jobs and get something that can really get them on the right path?
Yeah. People don't want to work in construction their whole life. Even people who have made a mistake and they've become felons, they don't want to throw trash.
Yeah.
They don't want to work at a hot distribution center for the rest of their life. We need to give them opportunities to be successful in the community, because at the end of the day, if I can be a successful sheriff and go above and beyond just being a sheriff and help the community to be successful, then I'm going to be successful, and we can proactively save deputies' lives from coming into confrontations, help drug dealers to stop selling drugs, because not every drug dealer wants to sell drugs. They just don't have another choice. So we need to really build more businesses and become a successful community in a whole. And it's going to take somebody like myself, who's not a politician, that has bigger businesses or politician ideas, to really implement that into the community.
Give us some information on your background.
So I worked for St. Lucie County Sheriff's Office from 2005 to 2015. I left there, became a business owner. I owned my own bail bonds business for about a year. That wasn't a good family business. I'm a family man, father of two. I have an 8-year-old son and a 4-year-old daughter. Then I got an opportunity to work at the nuclear power plant. I was a nuclear security officer for almost 7 years. So I have almost 18 years in public safety, but I'm also a businessman. I own multiple properties in Fort Pierce. So for me, it's just going above and beyond being a sheriff and really doing the best job that I can do for the community and the deputies, helping them out.
Now, schools, do you have resource officers in all the schools, high schools only? What is it like in St. Lucie County?
Yes, ma'am. So we normally have about 2 deputies, school resource officers in the high schools, and 1 school resource deputy in the elementary schools.
Remember when the kids were little, the little boys, I want to be a police officer, I want to be a fireman.
And it's sad, we don't hear that too much
That's
nowadays.
what I'm
I
saying.
ask all the kids that I see, and that's one of the sad parts for me running is, I ask all the young kids, what do you want to be when you get older? And it's sad, only maybe a handful have told me. So that's one thing that I really want to work on. And I think having a young, I'm 42 years old, hip, cool sheriff that's personable, that's approachable, that's genuinely here to help the community, help the deputies, I think it's really just a win-win for the community.
Wouldn't it be so great to get back out there? That's why I'm thinking the coffee and conversation in one of your local coffee shops would be so great to get out, or to the schools. And maybe, I'm going to talk to Veronica, maybe there's like a book that Veggie Vero has written that Steve could go into the classrooms and get these kids back to not only respecting, but understanding that law enforcement is here to protect you, not to be fearful of.
We just have real issues that we need to fix. We have major mental health issues that are going on right now in our community that's huge. We need mental health issues, substance abuse. There's a lot of people that need help. So I'm here to help any way that I can, and I will do that when I'm the next sheriff of St. Lucie County by implementing programs at the jail, more faith-based programs at the jail as well. Just bring good, positive leadership to the deputies and to the community.
What do you think your biggest hurdle is going to be once you're in office?
My biggest hurdle would probably be just getting everybody together, unifying, Day one, I'm calling all surrounding departments, letting them know, hey, Giordano's here to help anything that I could do, I'm here to help you.
And what about your kids? What do they think?
Oh, they're excited. They're very happy. Everywhere they go, they see Giordano for Sheriff signs. Daddy, there's another sign.
I feel like that would be such a great campaign, right? You're a family man, and those are the things we want to focus on.
Yeah.
Not your kids' faces, but maybe your kids' faces,
Yeah.
and what it's all about, because I think we all lose sight, even in business, of what's important.
Yeah.
Because we all get pigeonholed into, you need more money, or we don't have a good employee, or people retention.
Yeah.
And we get so focused on what it is until you get out there and you see the kids are back at the bus stops again. There's families, there's children. This is our future, and it's giving our kids hope to be healthier and happier and really enjoy what's happening in our community and get reinvested in community life. I love that.
Yeah.
I have been seeing a lot of those back to school posts where the little kids hold up the sign. And I have been seeing a lot of little girls with their what I want to be when I grow up and putting police officer.
Oh, that's
and
so
it's
cool.
just so heartwarming to see little girls wanting to do that. It's really just kind of stepping out of the boundary that you think of when you're a little girl. I wanted to be a princess.
Yeah.
So it's realistic goals, and it's ones that really lead into what you're talking about.
Yeah, thank you guys so much. Yeah.
That's awesome. How can people find you, follow you, see your platforms?
Absolutely. So you can go to GiordanoForSheriff.com. I have a website, Facebook, YouTube, GiordanoForSheriff.com. At the end of the day, I know I'm running as a Democrat, and it kills like 50% of the people who are like, very political. Me, I'm not very political. I used to be a Republican. I switched my party to the Democratic Party to run for sheriff. But at the end of the day, I'm an American, and I'm here for everybody. So just know Giordano's here to help any way that I can. Thank you, and God bless.
That's what it's all about, people over politics.
Absolutely. People over politics, for sure.
Right. Thank you so much,
you.
Steve.
Thank
Such a
you.
pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you for making the trip down.
Absolutely. Thank you guys for having me.
More to come. Let's take a quick commercial break. Stay tuned. We're going to see maybe Steve can read one of Veronica's books too. I don't know, his kids' class, right? Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Do you want the opportunity to have a TV show or podcast? Now, at Amp Media Productions, you can host your very own visual broadcast anywhere around the world. With our talented group of creators, we will provide you with show elements, board operations, and any on-screen visuals you'd like to showcase. All you must do is log onto your computer and communicate with your viewers. Contact Amp Media Productions at 866-224-5422 or email hello@amp2.tv to start your own show today.
Born in Marseille, France, Max Lazega creates whimsical and free-flowing interpretive art. His 40 years in the construction industry created a foundation for his craft. His unique work displays his view of the future with bold and playful combinations of materials and processes, but the methodology remains consistent. He fuses recycled materials and discarded building supplies into a fresh, well-executed approach. Lazega has lived in Miami, Florida most of his life, where he pursues his lifelong passion of creating industrial art. For more information, contact Max Lazega at artworkstudios.org or 786-326-8873. Love the Brooklyn Cafe? Don't miss out on some of the latest merch we have available. Need a new shirt? The Brooklyn Cafe has you covered. We have a variety of shirts in all sizes, ranging from the classic cafe shirt to the highly coveted colorful hot dog shirt. Need something for cold weather? Why not grab one of our cafe hoodies? Or you can snuggle up with one of our soft silk touch fabric blankets. The Brooklyn Cafe has everything you need, from clothing about the show to our signature coffee blends and mugs. Get it while supplies last.
Diabetes. If you have insurance, you may qualify for a new continuous glucose monitor. With a CGM, you can continuously track your levels and trends. spend more time in range, significantly lower your A1C, and share important data with loved ones and caregivers. Most importantly, a CGM eliminates the one thing most people with diabetes hate: painful finger sticks. Take charge of your health. Order your new continuous glucose monitor today. If you use insulin and have seen your diabetes care provider within the last 6 months, you may qualify for a CGM today. We'll do all the insurance paperwork and deliver your new CGM at little or no out-of-pocket cost to you. Medicare and most insurances cover continuous glucose monitors, so don't wait. Have your insurance handy and call the CGM Health Hotline now.
Welcome to the Chocolate Spectrum, nestled in the heart of Jupiter, Florida, where every sweet indulgence tells a story of hope. Founded by Valerie Herskowitz for her son Blake, who is on the autism spectrum, the family-owned Artisan Chocolate Company has been spreading joy since 2013. Here, individuals with autism and other developmental disabilities are empowered with training and employment opportunities, which not only give them purpose, but also teach valuable skills. Support a greater cause with your exquisite treat by shopping in-store or online at shop.thechocolatespectrum.com, with shipping nationwide all year round, or call at 561-277-9886. The Chocolate Spectrum, where every bite makes a difference.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
Just cracking me up with the bell. And we're back. I mean, Steve Giordano is just fantastic. I kind of wish I lived in St. Lucie County, but I'm really excited for the opportunity that he's actually promoting it down here in Palm Beach County, because I've actually seen commercials locally for the Republican ticket, which is really interesting that it's down here. It just shows you that people commute so much. They may live in St. Lucie, they may be watching TV here. So the reach is broad and everyone's just trying to reach different people wherever they can. And yes, you do hear it is raining. So whatever that means in the world of energy and a full moon tonight, it's the blue moon, I believe it is tonight. It's the second moon of the month. So it's a full moon, so it's a great night and day for manifesting, which is really, Sally, there are no coincidences that Caitlin is here and you and Veronica today, and it's raining.
Amazing.
And the angel on your shoulder. So we've got
The
Caitlin.
forecast was not rain, I don't think. It wasn't meant to rain.
Caitlin Burkhardt is here. She is of Wild Sweet Wellness.
Yes.
And which is interesting because Freddie actually found you as a guest, which is really great.
Yeah.
You do polarity therapy.
I do a lot of things, but
you do a lot of things,
yeah.
which is why I didn't even know what to put on your lower third, but we have you as Wild Sweet Wellness.
Yeah. Viva!
Welcome to the show. We've got so many things to talk about.
Yes, yes.
What you do, how you do it, why you do it.
So I do polarity therapy, breath work, massage, and also I'm a Cambo practitioner. And what I really want to talk about today is polarity therapy and Cambo, because nobody really knows what they are. Polarity therapy is an integrative, comprehensive kind of energy medicine that pulls aspects from multiple healing arts all over the world, and it created its own system of healing. And so we use compassionate inquiry along with intuitive body work and energy mapping, as well as our own nutritional system and movement system based a lot in yoga, to help people really connect back to themselves and who they are on a level that they might have been missing for a long time.
How does that different than yoga and meditation and mindfulness? I know it's all part of it, but what makes it different?
Yeah, polarity therapy is different from everything, I think, because it gives you an experience of yourself. You're experiencing your human experience through the senses of your body in the present moment. So I'm helping people to really pay attention to the subtle energies that we miss a lot of times. It's not just tuning into our emotions. Woo! Shout out to me, Thunder! Water element!
I can feel you.
But it's also paying attention to these like subtle energies that we have within us and all throughout. Like the studio right now has an energy. The rain just introduced a new energy to the set. And when you're getting polarity therapy, you're really able to create a deeper sense of self-awareness through your body.
So if I walked in for a polarity therapy session right now, what would I expect?
Oh my gosh. Well, it's kind of different to everybody who gets it because it takes you on this wild adventure of who you are. So to some people, polarity therapy it's like therapy. It feels like talk therapy while you're getting body work. To other people, it's like a really deep spiritual experience. To other people, it's just a body work practice. So typically though, if I could describe it, I would say you would come in, we would sit, we would talk and land on an intention for that day. Based on that, I'm going to get some sort of a rough idea of what element might be imbalanced in your body. And then the magic happens. You get on the table and we make contact. There is physical contact with polarity therapy. So it's not like Reiki where I'm just waving a hand over you.
What do you mean what element would be missing? Do our bodies have different elements?
Yeah, so we work a lot with Ayurveda and the Ayurvedic 5 elements with polarity. So ether, air, fire, water, earth. And those things, those elements, they show up everywhere all throughout our lives. So water, take the rain, for example, that can be emotions or attachments, things that we're not willing to let go of, maybe relationships that are in upheaval that can manifest physically as like urinary issues, sexual intimacy issues, menstrual issues, infertility. So what happens during a session is I'm going to connect to your energy field and your nervous system, and we become one. It's so dope. We become one, and I'm basically listening and finding spots of resonance and dissonance in your field. And then we bring attention to those areas through touch, but also through talking.
So the touch, where exactly do you find the most tension or the most need to pull this energy out of? Is there a certain body part, like your heart, your throat, your chest? Is there anything that, a part of your brain, like where do you do the most touching, I guess you'd want to say, where you pull the most energy from?
Well, there's different energy maps that we use in polarity therapy. And like I said, so a lot of it is skill. Like this is a skilled art. It's not all intuitive, but there is also a lot of intuition. It's kind of like that feeling you get, like, you know, when you meet a person and you're like, oh, we're clicking, we're vibing. This is my person. That's the resonance, right? It feels good. It feels right. And then there's also like a dissonance where you might be like, oh, I don't know. I feel kind of like yucky around them, or I feel awkward. I feel uncomfortable. So it's those subtle energies that I'm looking for in your body. There isn't like a specific area per se on each person, but it's also not my job to tell you like what chakra is broken, right? So my job is to really be your mirror and reflect back to you what you already know.
Do you help change it so someone's element is off or they're imbalanced? Are there tools to help reset?
Yes. So another way that polarity is much different, in my opinion, from other modalities is it's really big in self-accountability and getting people to be accountable for their health, for their lives, for their healing. A lot of people, I think, turn to energy modalities as a passive art. Like they just want to show up and get their chakras balanced and be on with their day, where polarity is here to help you become accountable and make the unconscious conscious so that you can start to make more aligned choices for yourself throughout your life. And we do that by helping you recognize in your body, like, what is this feeling that I'm having? Oh, this is guilt. Oh, this is shame. Oh, well, what's the opposite polarity to guilt and shame?
And what about people, there's a lot of people, right? We have the option, we can come see you, but then there are people who are maybe in a human trafficking situation, or they're in bad, or they're in prison, or they're dealing drugs because this is the only life they know. they don't have the option to come see you because they're trying to live life. How do those people, can they work on skills on their own? Are there tools that we can access?
Yes. So I do also offer polarity therapy virtually. It's the virtual sessions are kind of like it's kind of like meditating, but while also getting talk therapy, while also giving yourself self acupressure and touch. We also give people energy exercises called polarity yoga or energy exercises, and that can help you shift and move your own energies on your own at home.
Is there a way for me not to absorb everyone else's energy?
Yeah,
I feel like I'm
Earth
element. I am an energy sponge. Sally knows. I went on vacation last week. We went to Seattle. I got so sick physically because I know I sucked in so much energy. So like the energy just physically made me ill. So I'm very happy in the comfort of my home right here. But outside of this, it becomes really difficult for me. So are there things that I can do? Or Emily can
I don't
do?
want to absorb any bad energy, so please.
I feel like this is so big for everybody, and even myself, it's something that I'm learning. And during our sessions, it's really important for me to check in with myself repeatedly throughout the session to make sure, like, am I projecting onto them? Am I absorbing them? So that's part of it, is having this awareness of like, oh, am I allowing people's energy to affect me? And then the other thing is, I mean, we could go down a whole rabbit hole.
I mean, people tell me rub your hands and close
the
chakra and all these things. But imagine I'm walking around town going like this all day. I'm like,
but
and
it's
you forget.
so important. Sorry, not to
No, go
interrupt
ahead.
you, but I relate obviously
I
very much
know.
to what you're saying. I was going to ask you, because very often if someone's got a pain, well, we did it together when you had a pain. I'm an empath, so I will feel that. But I've now learned, obviously there is a way to protect yourself, but I was going to ask you that. I'm sure you are very aware of that. But if I'm working on somebody, I had a fright because I thought, oh my God, they're visiting me. If I put my hand on someone and it goes away, I'll find I get that pain, but it doesn't last because I'm very aware of that. But does that happen to you?
Yeah, that happens to me a lot, actually. When I have my hands on somebody, I will start to feel the sensations that they're also feeling. So I might get headaches. I had a woman who had really bad vertigo, and I found a point on her shin, actually, that's tied to her colon. And I immediately was like, you know, and I was like, you have this issue because of something going on in your colon. And I probably would have, suggested she start a polarity purifying diet to see how that supports her colon and flushing it out.
What is that?
The purifying diet it's not made for long term, but it's to cleanse you on all levels. It's actually pretty hardcore. I just did it for 7 days, and it felt like similar to the shamanic master plant dietas that I've done. But basically you wake up, you drink this liver flush drink every morning. You follow it up with 1 to 2 cups of polarity tea. Then you basically fast on solid foods until around noon when your digestive fires are burning the most. Then you eat your meal. It's all vegan. It's all raw and cooked veggies, fruits, sprouted beans and legumes. And then you have a light dinner. And then on top of that, we're bringing awareness to what foods are you drawn to, what emotions are coming up in you. And I was kind of a mess from days 4 to 7.
If you were a mess, can you imagine what regular human people are like?
Oh, yeah.
Because you knew what you were walking into.
I did. It's funny because I've done shamanic master plant dietas where you merge your spirit with the spirit of the plant. And those are very hardcore. They're very uncomfortable, and they uncover so much energy and emotion in you that you have been unaware of blissfully. But
Veronica, can you imagine being as part of the spirit of your plant from the garden?
Actually, in the garden, when I'm lucky enough to be there by myself and it's super peaceful and there's butterflies around and I actually have my hands in the dirt doing gardening work. I feel like I'm one with the plants. It sounds ridiculous, but I do feel it. But I'm sure it's very different from what you're talking about because it was a whole cleanse. But I can kind of imagine what you're talking about.
I love that.
Oh my
you
gosh.
are becoming one with them.
I can hear them. I can hear them telling me what they need. This one's not happy over here. It's got to get transplanted. This one needs water. This one needs fertilizer.
Yeah.
They talk. They do talk if you
And
can
they
listen.
talk to you. I feel like they must.
Yeah.
I love your set right now, Veronica.
Oh my gosh, what a cute background. I'm in the cafeteria.
I feel like that's
cute.
I'm back in school.
I can't believe, how did you discover to know that from someone's shin to their organs?
Yeah, that's
how
incredible.
did you get that capability?
Because, well, it's knowing the energy maps and it's knowing what points on the body go to what. So there's energy maps for organs, there's energy maps for elements, there's energy maps for the gunas, which is an Ayurvedic term used to describe different energies, tamas, rajas, and sattva, positive, negative, neutral. So there's all these different maps that I follow in the body based on what I'm feeling and also what's coming up for you on the table. And we just explore it together.
I kind of feel like, Emily, I want to put you on a table.
I would do it.
Yeah, I would love to give
some
somebody.
exploration.
We'll do that on the second part of the show because I think that is so interesting.
Yeah.
Please, I'm a little nervous, but I'm ready.
We'll let you change back into your other clothes. We won't put you there in your dress.
Well, how did you get the energy from the plants you were talking about, but what about with the frogs? I know we talked earlier about a treatment that you use. Is it venom from frogs? Can you explain that a little bit?
Yeah. So I also am studying shamanic practices in medicine. I just spent 5 weeks in the jungle of Peru learning how to serve cambo, which is it's a purgative. It comes from the poison of the monkey tree frog. And I actually just gave it to myself yesterday. So if you can see I'll hold up my leg. See these little dots here on my leg? Those are my cambo burns. So cambo is an Amazonian medicine, and it's used in the jungle to clear out energy and also to treat the physical body of illness. They call it the jungle vaccine. And what it does is when you burn the skin, you apply the venom, and then there's 16 bioactive peptides in this venom that infiltrate your lymphatic system, then they go to your cardiovascular system, and these peptides then bind to all of your cell receptors all throughout your body, and they basically squeeze out any sort of toxicity or negative energy living in those cells. So it can affect your nervous system, your digestive system, your endocrine system, your cardiovascular system.
How do you feel in the process? Do you get sick?
Yeah, you do.
Do the burns
That's what
hurt?
I'm thinking. The burns are the least of it, but you're putting venom
very
into
true.
your body.
Yeah, so the burns are like nothing actually.
Right.
But for about 20 to 30 minutes, you become nauseous, you get red, you get swollen, you have a rapid heart rate. And throughout that process, you will vomit, you will defecate. Sometimes you cry, sometimes you might shake. But it's just the medicine working to clear you out of whatever's going on. And it's been shown to have phenomenal results in treating Lyme disease, addiction, PTSD, autoimmune, depression, anxiety, Crohn's disease, even certain cancers, because some of these peptides have anti-cancerous properties in them.
Right, so I must say, do not try this at home. Do not try this without consulting your physician and under appropriate care of a trained professional.
Yeah, don't do it by yourself.
Don't try any of this without doing your due diligence on what you need to do.
Mm-hmm.
Certainly, if you've got cardiac issues.
You can't do it if you have cardiac issues.
So things So things anyone who's watching or listening to, just make sure you're doing it with the full blessing of your physician. And all of that.
But it is safe. If you're doing it with a trained practitioner.
But with a trained practitioner, don't try this at home. Kids, do not try this at home.
Yeah, and the frogs don't live here. They're all in the rainforest. In fact, it wouldn't even work if you took a frog out of the rainforest and brought it back here, because they need their natural environment to create the venom, because that's what protects them in the wild.
Caitlin, what is your website?
My website is wildsweetwellness.com, and it's the same thing on Instagram, wildsweet_wellness.
All right, we're going to come back. We're going to talk to Veronica Green, more with Caitlin. We're going to maybe get Emily on the table and see what that looks like. But first, we have to take a quick commercial break, check in with Veronica and Veggie Vero, and see what kind of healthy snacks we can send to school with the kids that are back in school this week. Caitlin, fascinating. Stick with us because we've got more to come on the 1 o'clock hour. Stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
When it comes to protecting what matters most, your family, your business, your peace of mind, you need reliable fire protection. Introducing All Fire Extinguisher Depot, Fire Extinguisher Service. Our certified technicians ensure your extinguishers are always ready to respond to emergencies. Before and after, we leave your fire safety in top-notch condition. Join the many satisfied clients who trust All Fire Extinguisher Depot for fire extinguisher service. Because when it comes to fire safety, there's no compromise. Contact All Fire Extinguisher Depot at 786-704-2750 to get your extinguisher service today. Your safety is our priority. That's at 786-704-2750. All Fire Extinguisher Depot, protecting what matters.
Hey Kaylee, what's up?
Hey, nothing, what's up?
Nothing, just looking for music for Grandpa that I listen to while we're in the car.
What's wrong with listen to now?
Let's just say we have different tastes, you know?
Why don't you try listen to a podcast on Spotify?
Like which one?
The Broken Cafe Studio one is really good.
Okay, I'll try that one out, thanks.
It's lunchtime and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from the Amp Media Studios, Dawn and Freddie S. and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought.
Has your heater busted, computer crashed, appliance broken? Then you need ARW Home.
Life's been pretty worry-free since I got covered with ARW Home. Don't waste thousands of dollars on air conditioning, appliance repair, and replacements. Save that money with ARW Home. Protection plans that cover household appliances, systems, and electronics.
My air conditioning broke on a Sunday. I called ARW, and they came out and fixed it right away.
Get your free quote today. Call or go to arwhome.com now.
Imagine this is your money and someone wants to take it from you. Who is it? The IRS. Guess what? They want your money and they can take it, all of it if they want. Remember, they sent you that letter right over here that said, hey, you owe us a bunch of cash and we're going to take it from you right now. So what do? You fight back by letting our team of experts work it out with the IRS so you can keep your money. And hey, we're good at what we do. When you hire us, you get a team of guys on your side that know the IRS laws, and we'll fight really hard to save your money. So, if you owe the IRS a ton of cash and you want to keep it, call right now and learn for free how we can help you put it back in your pocket. 5 minutes of your time right now can save you thousands of dollars. And the best part, it's a free call, so please call right now.
Attention timeshare owners. This is an urgent consumer alert from the Timeshare Exit Hotline, a national company specializing in helping consumers legally get out of their expensive timeshare contracts. We're offering you a way to legally get rid of your timeshare. So if you're fed up with the maintenance fees that keep on coming and want to learn if you can terminate your timeshare legally and permanently, call today. Call the number on your screen today. It's a free call.
The owners of Amp Media Productions and the Brooklyn Cafe show, Dawn and Freddie S., are excited to announce the launch of its new nonprofit educational charity, the Amp Media Futures Foundation. This foundation gives college students the tools that they need by providing them hands-on learning experiences in business, marketing, communication, and media creation. To donate or volunteer, contact AMP2 Media Productions by email at info@ampfutures.org.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
It never gets old.
It never gets old. And we are back. Emily Finton is filling in for Freddie actually this week while he's out of town. We've got more coming to you about that. We'll see where in the world could Freddie be. But first we need to check in with Veronica Green, creator of Veggie Vero, which is an animated children's book which talks about goodness and environment and sustainability and healthy eating and vegan food. And Veronica's here. Today we're going to be sharing some healthy snack ideas as the kids go back to school. And when Veronica's here, it's always great because we always learn some new healthy tips on things that we can be eating. I feel like that's my kitchen over there, Veronica. It's about as much cooking as I do is what you've got over there.
Thank you. Yes, it's good to be back. Today is a little bit of a back to school episode. I am so in love with this backdrop. It's so cute. But yeah, so it's not going to be my typical meal type of like come in and serve everybody lunch. Sorry guys. it's more of like snacks, like lunchbox snacks. So I have two different things that I'm gonna share with you today. So are we ready to jump right in?
Let's jump right in.
Okay, so the first one, I'm pretty sure many of you have maybe heard of like peanut butter and banana. It's a popular sandwich. So peanut butter is a little bit controversial with the schools. A lot of schools don't allow peanuts or anything with nuts because of all of the allergies. It can get pretty serious with the kids with nut allergies. So sun butter is a wonderful alternative. It's made from sunflower seeds and it tastes very similar to peanut butter. So I'm going to do a sun butter and banana roll up. And what I mean by roll up is we're going to take a tortilla. Now I just happen to have, I'm just using what I had at home, which is these green, they're green, so they're That's hilarious. Okay, well, if you're watching at home, there we go. They're green, so in front of the green screen, they looked a little transparent there. So they're like a spinach herb tortilla, but you could use any tortilla that you have at home. And actually, this is really fun for kids to make, too, if you end up doing like a little kids cooking session at home. You just have them spread the sun butter right on it, just like they're making a little pizza. And make sure you get it all the way onto the edges because that's going to act as a paste to kind of keep it shut once we roll it up. And sun butter is pretty high in protein too, so this is going to sustain them, it's going to fill them and give them energy throughout the day. This has 7 grams of protein per serving, so not bad.
You can put sun butter in smoothies too, right?
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah. I don't even have a nut allergy. I love, peanut butter and peanuts and stuff, but I use sun butter all the time anyways, just because I really like the flavor. It's kind of like peanut butter, but like slightly more mild.
I use it all the time, but mine is not as creamy as that.
Yeah, it depends on which one you're getting. I think you had mentioned that you had one in like a yellow container.
But I'm going to try this one because that looks nice and creamy.
Yeah, it's nice and creamy.
And it's not runny.
For sure. So you got your sun butter spread all over, a nice layer. And then we just take a banana. I'm going to do half a banana here. And we're just going to put little circles of banana right down the center. I mean, it's such a simple little easy snack. But again, this is something that a kid is going to actually eat. They're not just going to leave it in their lunchbox and it doesn't get eaten and it ends up getting all mushy and coming back home with them. Like, they'll actually eat this. It's delicious.
Did you have a go-to snack when you were a kid? Do you remember, like, what was in your lunchbox?
Let's see. What was in my lunchbox? Gosh, my mom was not... Sorry, Mom. My mom was not as mindful and health conscious as me. I did a lot of school lunches, standing in the school lunch line. I didn't bring lunch that often.
Ring dings and ding dongs and
oh gosh,
Cheetos, single serving. Didn't have anything like this.
I think the banana was the thing that always got taken home for me. And now I'm looking at this, and this would have been a way for me to actually eat it and enjoy it.
Yeah, get your potassium in. All right, so you could actually just pack it up like that if you think they'll eat it that way, but kids love bite-sized little fun snacks, right? So you just cut it into little bite size. It'll fit right perfectly into their lunch box or their little bento box or whatever. And it really is tasty. I mean, this is like even a good after school snack too, just to hold them over until dinner type of thing.
I feel like that's lunch for me today.
My stomach's growling even looking at it.
Sally, you like sun butter?
Yeah, that looks like sushi from
Right?
So it's fun. It's fun and it's nutritious. I mean, obviously this isn't providing all the nutrients you need for the whole day, but it's something that's going to fill them and it's yummy and they're going to actually eat it. So I'm going to put that aside now on a separate plate and I'm going to show you another snack.
I do have a nut allergy, and sun butter has been a godsend.
Yes,
Yeah.
love sun butter. Wonderful. Okay, so you can see on screen.
Those little bento boxes would be
cute.
so cute for that too.
I hear them all talking in the other rooms. That's sun butter, like sun butter. Sun butter is made from sunflower seeds for people that are wondering that it's not a nut at all.
Yeah.
They're sunflower seeds.
Right, they're made from sunflower seeds.
So could I go ahead and throw sunflower, like peanut butter, into all of my recipes for like cookies, making no-bake cookies, something like that? Just use that as a substitute?
Absolutely, yeah,
Perfect.
definitely.
I need to go home and try it.
See,
Yeah,
you're going to start cooking now.
It's
I know,
really
she's
tasty.
inspired me.
Okay, good. So the next one I want to move on to is stuffed baby bell peppers. So little baby bell peppers, we're going to basically cut off the little ends and stuff them. And they're little easy bite-sized nutritious snacks that fit into the lunch box, into the bento box. So what we're going to stuff them with, that's what we're going to work on right now. Let me get a bowl here. And so this one takes just a little bit of more prep time because I'm using some brown rice that I pre-cooked. I recommend for all moms or heads of households, whoever handles the cooking in the household, make a big batch of brown rice or quinoa or whatever it is, preferably at the beginning of the week, and just have it in your fridge. It's going to come in handy. Just take the extra time to do it because really, like, it's the base for so many things, you know, and then you don't have to sit there and cook the rice. All right, so I'm using a little bit of brown rice. This is actually a quinoa and brown rice blend. All right, and then I'm going to use hummus. It's going to be like a paste, right, that we're going to stuff this bell pepper with. This is just organic, plain hummus. All right, and then let me clean off my spoon a little bit here. Now we're going to go and get some black beans. This is kind of like, imagine like a taco inside of a bell pepper. Some black beans.
This would be such a cute appetizer too, having friends
So
over.
cute.
And
Yeah,
hosting.
definitely. Imagine like a whole tray if you have people coming over of like little baby stuffed bell peppers. Super cute. We have a
Taco
little bit of
Tuesday.
sweet corn.
You can get that all inside the bell pepper.
Wow. This is definitely more than I need, but
Just saying.
yeah, no, it's a lot, I know. And then I'm going to use a lime to give it that fresh
lime, even
fresh lime juice.
It's funny, right?
What's that?
The lime even went with the green screen.
Oh, I didn't see it. That's so funny. Oh my gosh. Good thing I didn't wear a green shirt today. I kind of did. It's like olive. Okay, and then we're just going to give that a good mix. And because you have the hummus in there, it's going to turn into like a paste, like a stuffing.
Emily, do you like to cook?
I do. I am not as advanced as her, that is for sure. I can't get all of these ingredients into a little pepper. But when I do make stuffed peppers, they do fall apart, and they're in the huge ones. They bake over, so I need to take some tips, that is for sure.
Yeah, well, these, you can actually, you just made me think of something when you said that. You can actually cook these too. If you put them in the oven and serve them as like an appetizer or something at home, it would be probably even more delicious. I'm doing them raw, which is fine too. But
How does
yeah.
hummus do in the oven? I've never tried heating up hummus before.
It'll kind of the outer portion of it will like harden just slightly, but it won't fully harden. Like it'll be still soft. All right, so you're gonna clean out your little baby bell pepper. And again, this is another fun thing to do with the kids at home if you're looking for like a little hands-on cooking class activity for them. Set them up with these ingredients and tell them to stuff their bell pepper. They'll figure out how to do it. It's a great hands-on activity for them. All right, so you get it where it's hollow. I don't know where I'm putting this.
Yeah, that is a good pepper.
And we get as much as we can in there.
Sally, you're so funny. Sal's not going to fit inside the mini pepper.
I know.
I saw 3 on the table.
But look, actually, a lot fit in
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
It's a little funnel.
Who would have ever thought? They're bigger than you think.
Be the coolest person at my lunch table if I brought these little stuffed
I
peppers.
know, right? I mean, how cute is that?
That's adorable.
And they're really tasty. So I'm going to stuff the rest of them and maybe
serve them up.
We can, pass them out, whoever wants to taste them.
Do you have any events or book signings or book readings that are happening soon?
Right now, I don't have anything planned. I'm actually just I'm trying to get back into like fall back to school mode for the garden because we have all of our fall programming starting soon. Our science classes my plant-based cooking classes are coming back because I was taking a little bit of a summer break from that. We have a lot of programming starting in September, so I've been busy curriculum writing, and so that's been keeping me busy. But starting September, I'll be pretty much doing cooking classes almost once a week, maybe every other week at the garden. And my class is just one of many wonderful classes. We have all these amazing facilitators, so if you haven't checked out the Delray Beach Children's Garden website, you can go on there, and everything is now a la carte, which is a really big change for us. I don't know if I think I had announced this before, but we recently transitioned from like the homeschool co-op, which is like a 10-week session that people would sign up for, and you're locked in for those 10 weeks, and it's only a certain amount of families that we could accept. So it felt like a little bit exclusive. Now we've opened it up to everyone, so everything is a la carte. So you sign up for whichever classes you are able to make it to, whichever classes you think resonate with you and your kids and are age appropriate for them. So if you want to take a cooking class one day, but you can't commit to 10 weeks, that's totally fine. So yeah, I like it. I think it's really working out, and it just gives everyone in the community the opportunity to join.
I love it.
Even school-age kids, if they're like in school, let's say your kid is in public school and they can't usually make it to like a workshop that's happening in the middle of the week, but they happen to have a Friday off. Kids get Fridays off all the time for like random holidays and stuff. They can come and sign up for a workshop at the garden for that
Actually,
day.
I think school's closed tomorrow. So
yeah, there you go.
Kids are around. Apparently, it's election day and schools are closed.
Oh, wow.
You can head over to the Delray Beach Children's Garden and see what's cooking over there.
Yeah.
All right, Veronica's going to stuff some more peppers. We're going to have a little bit of snack time here. Take a quick commercial break. We come back. I believe we've got Military Minute with Jennifer Corbin Carson. She's the host of Beach Jam Media. And our good friend Tracy McDonough of Healing Moments is in, which is so perfectly aligned with polarity therapy. Like, who would have ever thought of bringing all this together?
Except health and wellness.
God always works in mysterious ways. More to come, and we will be right back.
Tax liens. Wage garnishments.
Every day we hear stories like this about good folks who are simply struggling to pay their bills. Each of them are living a frightening IRS tax nightmare, and they are afraid it will destroy their lives.
I'm a divorced single mom, and my ex-husband left me and the kids with a lot of unpaid bills, including unpaid taxes. I was really starting to show my stress on my kids because the IRS had sent me a letter demanding a huge payment from me. I couldn't afford it. So then the IRS was threatening to garnish my wages. I'm already living paycheck to paycheck. That would have put me over the edge financially.
It truly seemed hopeless, but then a friend at work told her to call the tax relief line.
The people at the tax relief line, they told me about something called innocent spouse relief. They worked it out so that all of the taxes from my ex are not my problem. I don't know how that works, and I don't care. All I care about is that I don't owe the IRS a dime, and they are not going to take my paycheck.
Even if it seems hopeless, you should call the number on your screen right now. There is absolutely no cost for the call or the consultation. You are under no obligation. If you are worried that the IRS could garnish your wages, seize your assets, even take your home, call us right now. The Tax Relief Line is here to help you. Now you have a knowledgeable, professional team of tax experts that are ready to negotiate with the IRS and fight for you to save you money. The Tax Relief Line's professionals have successfully negotiated thousands of cases, reducing and sometimes even eliminating the tax debt for their clients. It's very easy to get started. Simply call the number on your screen right now. You don't have to live in fear anymore. The call and the consultation are free. Do you have a car sitting around you want to get rid of? Well, here's a great idea. Donate your car now to help local veterans in your area. Yes, just make one fast call to the Veteran Car Donation Program. Within a few days, we'll come and remove your car for free. You can donate any car in any condition. We'll use our vast network to sell it. The proceeds raised go to help local veterans and their families. And you get a tax deduction. And all you need to do is make this free call. Clean your yard up, get rid of an old car, and help the vets. We make it easy. Make this free call now. Book your fast and easy pickup. Call the Veteran Car Donation Program now.
I am a non-attorney spokesperson representing a team of lawyers who help people that have been injured or wronged. If you've been involved in a serious car, truck, or motorcycle accident or injured at work, you have rights, and you may be entitled to money for your suffering. Don't accept an offer you get from an insurance company until you talk to a lawyer, and we represent some of the best personal injury lawyers you can find. Tough lawyers that will fight to win your case, and they're so good they stake their reputation on it by only getting paid if you win. So if you've been in a serious car, truck, or motorcycle accident or hurt on the job, find out today for free what kind of compensation you may be entitled to. Call the legal helpline right now.
800-613-3597. 800-613-3597. 800-613-3597. That's 800-613-3597.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
Welcome to the Military Minute. Whether you are a salty sailor or seasoned soldier, this segment is packed with valuable resources that come straight from the source. Let's gear up and get more intel. Charlie Mike.
And we are back, and it's Monday. We've got the Military Minute with Jennifer Corbin Carson. She's coming to us from Georgia. Let's see what resources Jennifer has for us today.
Hey guys.
Hi. How you doing?
Oh, that was loud.
That was loud. I thought it was our end. It was loud.
Sorry.
A happy Monday to you.
Happy Monday. How are you guys?
I'm great. How are you doing?
Good. Doing good. I want some of those stuffed peppers.
We're going to serve them up in just a minute, I think. She's done stuffing them, so we're going to be having a little bit of snack time.
Right? That's great.
What's happened? What resources do we have this week?
So, I don't know if you guys know, but the VA lets you go to medical facilities outside of the VA. And when you do that, you can claim reimbursement for your travel expenses. And I should go back. That is, even if you are, sorry, I'm turning down my volume. That might be better. So that is if you go to a VA appointment, or if you go to a care in the community appointment, you can get reimbursed for your mileage, and it's called beneficiary travel self-service system, BTSS, Bravo Tango, Sierra, Sierra. Sierra. So there's 3 S's in that. So you can go and you can actually do a Google search and put in BTSSS, and it will bring up a link to the va.gov page that you can file a claim for general health care travel reimbursement online. You don't have to do it at the VA facility that you go to, but you can do it online as well. And some of them have a QR code that you can just click on when you're at the doctor's office and do it right from that QR code. It's fantastic. Not everybody has that yet, but I think they're rolling it out. So
Jennifer, let me ask you a question. When you're
Sure.
under VA benefits, are there certain
Yes.
doctors you can go to, or will any doctor be able to file a VA claim, like insurance, I guess? Or do you have to be a VA except provider?
Yes, you have to be a VA provider, and they have their own network. So it's kind of like your PPO or your HMO. They have an in-network services and they have out-of-network services. So when you go for community care, they will have a network of doctors that you can choose from. And you can do some research ahead of time to figure out who's in the VA network and who isn't. And maybe you pick somebody that you already know that has a VA agreement that you can go see them. But this is for the veteran that is traveling to the healthcare facility. So it's a
if you're going
VA
to,
health
like,
facility.
If you're going to a
VA
hospital
group
out of
healthcare
state,
facility.
or you're traveling, or if you have to go to the Mayo Clinic or something, you can put in for traveling benefits.
Correct. So your
Interesting.
mileage, a hotel, plane ticket, you know, if you need to go to Mayo and you need to book a plane ticket. So, you know, you need to see if you're eligible because there's eligibility requirements. But yes, so there's a whole bunch of things that you can claim. You just need to be eligible.
All right, and that's BTSSS.
Correct. So if you put in BTSSS into Google or Siri or whoever you use, whatever Firefox or whatever search engine you use, it should come up with va.gov/healthcare/get reimbursed for travel expenses.
Awesome, thank you so much.
Super helpful.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
Thank you.
And who do we have on Wednesday? Who's your guest on Beach Jam?
That is to be determined.
Okay, so you have to tune in to see who she's determined. But I
Thanks.
love that. So many resources. I love
Yeah.
watching Beach Jam Media evolve into really veterans resources for everybody. 'Cause people don't know what they don't know.
Correct.
And it becomes overwhelming, and you're pretty much a one-stop shop for resources. Thank you.
Try to be.
Yeah,
I
so
appreciate
extremely
it.
helpful. Thank you.
Oh,
right, well,
well, thank you.
We'll see you on
Appreciate that.
Wednesday.
Yes, absolutely. See you on Wednesday.
All right, check it
At
out.
the beach.
At the beach.
Bye.
Bye-bye. All right, Veronica, you ready to serve up some food? Gabe, you want to pass out some snacks? I think everyone's hungry.
The rain is coming down. My stomach is growling. There's a lot of noise over here.
And we're going to go back to the level where pass out someone. Sally, you want some butter and banana?
Yeah, I'm gonna have this
And I think we can pass out some paper towels for napkins and everything too if anyone wants. You just had lunch, Tracy? You're not going to indulge in sun butter and banana, huh? All right, let's try it. What are you going to try, Emily?
I'll do a pepper. Is that a little messy for this dress?
Just eat it over a napkin.
We'll get you a plate to try it. I'm a
Yeah.
big sun butter fan, so.
I'm doing a pepper. Oh, gonna go for it. I'm gonna wait for some resources in
So
case.
good. You want to try it, Jay?
Thank you. Should I put it as a bib?
Grab one and then we'll. Did
Here
you
we
try the
go.
pepper yet, anyone? Tracy, you want a pepper?
What is the best way to bite into these peppers?
Slowly.
Slowly.
I mean, it might be cleaner if you do it from the bottom.
I was feeling
From
that.
the
But
bottom?
I'm not
All right.
100% sure. Yeah.
What's in the peppers? Black beans, corn, hummus,
Hummus,
quinoa,
lime-
brown rice, brown
Brown rice, yeah, and lime
know?
juice.
I feel healthier already.
It's supposed to kind of taste like a taco and a pepper.
Why do your sun butter sandwiches taste better than my sun butter sandwiches? I make them like, this is like lame, and that was delicious.
Oh.
I know.
Have one of the peppers, Sally.
Have a pepper, Sally.
I really bit into
Sally's
it that
healthy.
time.
How was it?
Compliments to the chef.
And it's easy. See, that's the thing about everything that I make here. I try to keep it pretty simplistic, where it's not like so complicated that you couldn't do it on your own at home. I know you said that mine tastes better than yours, but you watched me make it. It was simple.
I don't know. I've got a piece of bread and some butter in the refrigerator, and I guarantee you it's not going to be as moist as that one. You can't just...
Yeah, you need the whole thing.
But healthy indulgences, I love it.
Yeah.
Always great with Veggie Vero.
Thank you. Thank you for having me back. It's so good to see everyone.
That was amazing.
We feed you too.
Glad you liked it.
Well, Emily, welcome. You are like family. The rain is back, and that goes with the energy of water. And another longtime friend and guest of the studio is Tracy McDonough. She's the owner and founder of Healing Moments, which is right over here on Federal Highway. And today of all days is like the best day, Tracy, for you to be here. Everything's in alignment with what you do. All right, so we're going to take the mic off of the stand, and I have to say a huge congratulations because Tracy is recently married. So she is a newlywed, and I'm so excited for you.
Thank you.
You are on. So I've got Tracy on Z3. And see what's happening in Healing Moments. I was over by you the other day. I was so sick. You talk about people being, I was so sick. I had just come back from an IV. We're actually going to be right next to you every Monday night at 388.
Oh, I'll have to come visit.
So on Monday nights with True Oldies Radio Station, we're going to be hosting Brooklyn Cafe Show after hours, probably from 6 till about 8. With True Oldies Radio, there's going to be a DJ, some networking. Everything is half off, so half off starters, half off bar, and a lot of fun.
Nice.
And that is right next to you.
Yeah, right in my plaza.
Moments.
Yeah, a few doors down.
A few doors down.
Yeah.
And Tracy is the go-to if you need a massage, the most amazing massage you'll ever have.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you're here because we were just talking to Caitlin about once you get on the table, what it feels like for the practitioner with energies. And Tracy always says to me, breathe, please breathe, because I'm choking over here. Can you please breathe? What do you do at Healing Moments?
Oh, let's see. I started with energy and personal training and massage 30 years ago. And then I went into clinical social work and therapy. And then I became a lymphatic specialist with detox work because so much of what happens in our gut controls how we feel. And now I'm in a PhD program, a doctorate and PhD program for integrative medicine based on quantum physics.
Wow.
So
Congratulations.
that's all the energy because we are all energy. And so it's a combination. You know, when people come, they don't typically come just for a massage. We do wellness. I spend about 30 minutes speaking to people about why they're here and trying to figure out what we can do to help. My first go-to is always the nervous system, calming the nervous system. There's no healing happening when you are running away from a tiger. So the first thing we try to do is calm that nervous system down to get your body in a position to receive the work, whether it's meditation or detoxing, infrared sauna, massage, vibroacoustic sound beds, PMF devices, ionic foot baths.
Wow.
Lots of fun stuff.
Quantum touch. I've always wondered about that. What is it exactly?
Quantum touch is another energy modality. Quantum touch is really pain driven. Like when people do Reiki, that's an overall balancing, right? We call it peeling the onion. With quantum touch, typically they'll start where your pain is and follow the pain. And what happens is, you know, body's just energy, and stuck energy turns into pain. And by following the pain and the movement of the pain, we can usually start to release some of that energy. So basically channeling, really just holding a frequency that's elevated, and two frequencies can't live in the same place at the same time. And my frequency isn't going anywhere, so there's no choice but for elevation.
Oh, that sounds wonderful.
What Tracy does is so amazing. And the more healthcare practitioners on the holistic wellness side that I'm talking to, the more heavy metal toxicity we're all carrying around. Everyone's got heavy metals, whether Whether you got vaccinated, didn't get vaccinated, had COVID, there's something that's going on that everyone is just saturated with heavy metals and they're needing detoxing. And you told me earlier you're seeing the exact same thing. What's going on?
Sure. Well, 40% of what is being dropped on us with chemtrails is metallic. I mean, they're just moving towards the transhumanism movement, right? They want chips in us. They want us to be full of metals, for a purpose. And the only thing we can do against all of that really is detoxing. But a big part of what I teach is you can't just mobilize heavy metals in the body. A lot of heavy metals end up in the brain, and if you just start mobilizing them, you can really be in trouble. So I feel like there's a pathway, right? Colon cleanses first, liver cleanses, more than one. How many times have you done a liver cleanse? Our liver is our air conditioning filter, and imagine going 40 years without changing your air conditioning filter. So sometimes it's 2 or 3 or 4 liver cleanses. Then there's a toxic organism cleanse, right? Parasites and organisms. And then you go into the heavy metal detoxing.
Interesting. How do you do the liver cleanse? Different supplements, different products, or do you do it a different
different
way?
Products. I work with Global Healing Products. They are, they have a 3-prong approach to testing. They have an outside lab, an inside lab. They do infrared testing for radiation. Their products, they use triple distilled water, and then they restructure it with a biophotonic restructurer, and then they infuse sound and light frequencies for all of their products. So
it's interesting. I was reading an article this morning that you mentioned that they think they maybe misidentified what causes Alzheimer's and dementia. That they thought it was this protein, but maybe it's an immune response to what's going on in the body, and the metals that are attacking the brain, and our autoimmune system does not know what to do with it in the brain. So now they're thinking maybe they need to rethink the medications and the trials.
Yeah.
That is a different approach, which is interesting that you're saying that.
Well, look, when you go to doctors, they look at your symptom, and you are really segregated into different parts, right? You go to an endocrinologist, you go to a neurologist, you go to an internist. Our body's just one giant system, and it's all connected. A big part of what I've learned with brain health is really, cholesterol meds, depleting all the cholesterol in our brain. Not sleeping at night. We have a glymphatic system in our brain that detoxes when we sleep, and it detoxes neurotoxins. And if you don't sleep, it doesn't work. Most people's lymphatic systems are obstructed. They either don't exercise enough, or they've had injury, or they've had surgeries, and that gives you a sluggish lymphatic system. And our lymphatic system's our sewer system. It's how waste moves through the body and goes out. And, a lot of people don't like to sweat. Infrared sauna is the least expensive, most effective way to detox the body. And a lot of people will come in and say, I don't want to sweat. I don't want to get hot.
I guess I don't mind sweating if I'm sitting in a sauna. I don't know if I want to do the 30-minute, hour-long run and sweat, but I could certainly sit in your beautiful spa and sweat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Seems worth it.
We'll have a red light tower in there, and for people that come in and they have congestion, we could do sauna and salt instead of red light. But it's really important.
Healing?
I beg your pardon?
Crystal healing?
I do crystal healing. Yeah.
Is that something I could practice at home if I were
Sure.
to get the correct
Absolutely.
crystals?
Everything that we do, I try to teach people to do at home in one form or another, whether it's bringing a device home or just breathing, tapping, meditation, having crystals. Sure. Grounding. The most important thing we can do every day is get outside and put our feet in the grass.
I think
every
Tracy
morning.
is before her time, because you've been working with us, like Veronica, since the beginning, since we've been doing this 9 years already.
Yeah.
And it becomes more and more commonplace now. And all the things you talked about and taught me 9 years ago, now, I can't say suddenly, but more and more people are now saying, you know what, it's this
Very
toxicity, it's the EMFs, you need to put something in the studio, you need to put something on your phone, all the things that you've been telling me for all this time.
Yeah, frequencies. I've been talking about frequencies for, 15, 20 years.
But you were like before
Freddie
your
used to
time,
say,
yes.
do a frequency show, do a frequency show. I said nobody would know what I was talking
But
about.
now they do.
Now they do.
And now they do. And now people are starting to pay attention to it. And I saw this study on what they're doing about the cholesterol medications. that it's stopping the cholesterol production in our brain. So more and more people are developing Alzheimer's and dementia because your brain needs the fat to keep it going.
Well, our brain is made of myelin sheets, and myelin sheets are cholesterol. And, you know, you take cholesterol meds, it doesn't say, oh, we're just going to work somewhere else. We're not going to work in the brain.
It's a lot of things you don't realize, right? And the more you learn, the more you know, and the more you know, you're like, oh, this is everything we've talked about.
Yeah.
So I love that we've been doing this journey together for so long.
Yeah, yeah.
And
And I
Tracy's-
drip on people. You know, people like you show up, call me 4 years later and say, do you remember you said, or do you still do?
Because you don't know you don't feel well till you don't feel well. And all of a sudden you think, oh my gosh, that food I ate, that peanut butter, whatever it is, upset my stomach, or all these, whatever it is that you don't like to eat. There's a reason your body is adverse to it. Or the energy, or you go and have blood drawn, they go, that's a little too dark, you're not filtering the right way. That happened to me the other day. That's when I went to see you, and Freddie goes, you can't go see Tracy today. I go, why? He said, because if you go see Tracy today, you're never going to go back to the studio. And you're probably right. He says, so you got to go on a day where you don't have to go back to work. But I had just gotten an IV because I'd gotten sick on vacation because I had absorbed so much energy from people. And they took my blood, they put it in, they said, your blood's too dark. You're not filtering something the right way. I'm like, how do you know? Because I've been doing this for 30 years. And sure enough, I show up at your doorstep at 388 as I'm heading back here. And you've been on my mind ever since. I said, I have to get back in to see Tracy. You also have the Beamer mat.
I have Beamer therapy. I have a vibroacoustic sound bed. You're laying on a bed, you're listening to frequencies and music. The bed picks up the frequency and vibrates at the same frequency.
Wow.
So creates this entrainment between the brain and the body. It takes about 15 minutes. Takes you right out of fight or flight down into a low alpha brainwave state, parasympathetic brainwave state. Yeah, some really fun tools.
Do you do sound baths by yourself? Do you perform them, or how do you get the frequencies from the bed? What is the music like?
Well, the music is actually, the company that I work with is In Harmony Interactive. We actually had them on the show once. And they have an app, and they have musicians that actually record a lot of this music. So every week there's more music. There's frequencies for grief, trauma, pain, stress, abundance, you know, all the things, every chakra in the body.
I could go every day of the week to do that.
I
for
do
sure.
that every day.
And
I
she's
do
right
that every
around
day.
the
I
corner.
just turned 62, and one of my clients was like, oh my God, you have so much energy and you look so young. How come? I'm like, because I do all the things.
You look younger and younger.
You look great.
Thanks. Well, that's why I do what I do, because I needed to do all the things. I wanted to do all the things. I developed breast cancer in my 40s with 0 risk factors, to the point where 4 doctors sent me home and said, you don't have cancer. After a mammogram, 2 actually, after an ultrasound, after all the things, go home, you don't have cancer, you're too healthy. I did manifest cancer, and I knew exactly why. It was all energy. And yeah, so a lot of my center is a lot of things I did. I did essential oils, Kangen water, you know, infrared sauna.
And you also work with post-cancer surgical patients for people.
Post-surgery in general. I worked in a plastic surgery center for 14 years, and a lot of my clients, one of the doctors was a post-mastectomy reconstruction surgeon. So yeah.
She's here for you. All right, how do people find you?
Healing Moments, healingmomentsboca.com. Our number is 561-931-2187.
I'm thinking on a Monday night, maybe we can do like a sidewalk networking event.
Oh, that would be fun.
Right?
Yeah.
If they said we have free reign whenever we want to do there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
somehow
that would
let's
be
bring
fun.
you into that.
I do that when I do my parties. I put
That's what made me
I
get
put the
out of my
beamers
head.
outside in the parking lot.
I know.
Yeah, okay.
I know, like I'm in your head. I know, like I can see you already thinking, like, okay, this is what Tracy's thinking. But check it out, Healing Moments. All about energy and healthy bodies today here, right?
And right on the full moon, too.
Perfect day. Super moon. Super moon.
Here, but it has to be all the time.
It's not all the time. I don't even know. And Freddie even brought Caitlin in, and he's not even here.
Because
so.
it's so similar. We're all very similar, what we're doing.
Yeah, because I even put it out to Tracy, what day can you come this week? And she said, it's not like said you have to come Monday.
Yeah.
She said only Monday. And I thought, all right, we have to do this.
How many times has that happened? When I don't come every day, but I do come a lot.
You're a lot.
We always say, yeah, I am.
It's all frequency.
Frequency.
It's
Well, I
all
talk a lot about
frequency.
frequency.
Yeah, that's all.
Yeah, absolutely. But the fact
It's
that
all
we're even
resonance.
talking about it and we understand it. We're all sitting here and we know.
And tomorrow I've got a shamanic healer coming in who just moved here from Australia, and she cleans sacred grounds.
Oh, that's awesome.
So that should be really interesting.
I'm canceling. It's funny
You're
because I canceled one appointment
So
I
you
had
could
at
be
home.
here?
Yes, I will come.
Oh my
That's
gosh,
awesome.
so many great things, and I hope everyone, you know what, 9 years we've been working with Tracy, and Caitlin's new, and Veronica's been with us for years, and Sally. There's so much information that we try to provide to all of you that even if you just take a tidbit of it and you start rethinking and reframing your mindset, that it'll stick when you need it, and you'll say, you know what, I got to make that phone call. You can always call us at the studio at 888-994-4995, Studio A. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, I don't know, maybe we're going to get you on the couch or something, see what Caitlin can do with you.
Ready.
We're going to clear the table, clear the set, and see what that looks like. You can always get all the information here for all of our guests, and then we're going to talk to Sally. More to come. I can't believe it, how quickly the time goes. We'll be right back.
Price guarantee. If you want the lowest prices on your airline tickets or other travel services, call now. That's right, call. That's the only way to get these rates. Experts are standing by 24/7 to get you the cheapest airfare and hotel rates available. So don't wait. Call now.
Do you have diabetes? If you have insurance, you may qualify for a new continuous glucose monitor. With a CGM, you can continuously track your levels and trends, spend more time in range, significantly lower your A1C, and share important data with loved ones and caregivers. Most importantly, a CGM eliminates the one thing most people with diabetes hate: painful finger sticks. Take charge of your health. Order your new continuous glucose monitor today. If you use insulin and have seen your diabetes care provider within the last 6 months, may qualify for a CGM today. We'll do all the insurance paperwork and deliver your new CGM at little or no out-of-pocket cost to you. Medicare and most insurances cover continuous glucose monitors, so don't wait. Have your insurance handy and call the CGM Health Hotline now.
The abuse of opioids and heroin is killing people. Recover Now is a new national movement to help you curb your addiction. You can get help now, right now, and you can get clean in as little as 7 to 30 days. So don't wait, change your life. Call the number on your screen right now. We can help. You could have a brand new life in as little as 7 to 30 days. You can change your life. Call the number on your screen right now.
If you've been injured in an accident that's not your fault and you don't have an attorney, listen up. We have legal professionals standing by to answer your questions and tell you what your case is potentially worth. Hi, I'm Gina, along with spokesman Rob. So Rob, tell the folks at home who should call right now.
Just like you said, Gina, anyone who's been injured in an accident that was not your fault, you don't have an attorney, give us a call right now. We're going to answer all of your questions, and we'll let you know what your case is potentially worth.
Thanks, Rob. You heard it, folks at home. Pick up the phone, call now.
Hey travelers, everybody wants cheap airfares, but where can you find them? You call Smart Fares. Our prices are direct from the airlines, and they're so low they're not published anywhere. Smart Fares specializes in cheap flights, discount hotel rooms, cheap car rentals, and great package deals anywhere around the world. Wherever you want to go, Smart Fares can help you get there cheaply and with the best price guarantee. If you want the absolute lowest prices on your airline tickets or other travel services, call us right now. That's right, call. That's the only way to get these low rates. Experts are standing by 24/7 to get you the lowest rates available. So don't wait. Call Smart Fares right now for the best price guaranteed. Save up to 50% off business and first class. We've got great last-minute travel deals too.
Call 855-828-0198. That's 855-828-0198. 855-828-0198.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
And we're going to go to Sally. Or you can go to me and I can talk to Sally.
Hello.
All right, so we're going to Emily, we're going to send you over to Caitlin.
All right. Shall I bring my microphone?
I don't know if, I think there might even be a mic over there. You can set that one over up that you had with Veronica. Gabe will set that up for you. We're getting Emily set up with Caitlin. She's going to do a polarity session and see what that looks like.
On television.
And until then, she's gonna be on the couch.
I actually thought she was going to be on the table. I forgot she had a camera.
thought about doing it on the table.
I know, that's what I thought you were going to get on. I thought, oh my gosh.
I really was afraid of you laying on a folding table. So, like, unless you're
I
at
was
Caitlin,
putting all good positive vibrations there.
unless you're at Caitlin or Tracy's, I can't guarantee that Costco table would hold up. So we're gonna keep it safe and keep you on the couch. But while we're getting you situated, Sally, what's happening for your show today?
Well, I can't remember what I put on Facebook. Well,
of course, pass.
I'm going to say gratitude again, but I think it was something else. I know we had that last week, but that's always popular, right? Just call in with anything that you want to talk about.
I'm thinking we're going to talk about energy today because
Energy
I feel
is
as if it's the full moon and you can't deny what's going on in the studio
Absolutely.
with everybody who's here. It's all been about energy.
Yeah. I think mine just said today, so we can change it. I think it would just say psychic medium, please call in. So it's about energy. There we go.
And
Perfect.
we'll talk about, because energy,
Perfect.
and Tracy's been talking about this for years and years, and there's still people that don't realize what it is and how it can make you feel, good and bad.
What I'm finding, though, Dawn, and I've been here a couple of years now, is that more and more people are coming much more open-minded about this, especially the frequencies. When you talked about frequencies years ago, they go, what are you talking about? But today, in past lives, too, I always ask someone to, would you mind if I talked about past lives? They may not believe it, but if they say yes, many more people are saying yes. So we're opening up a lot.
There's a lot of differences on past lives.
Yeah.
Do you think we choose, and I know you're going to say yes, we choose the parents we want to be with, I should say?
Absolutely, yes. Which we can talk maybe on the show about that a little bit, because we come down in soul groups, families, but we do leave other people on the other side too. We don't come down with everyone. And we discussed it as far as I know. I mean, there's no proof. I can't prove it, only what I feel. But we talk about when we're on the other side who are going. In fact, Aldo, this is interesting. He told me you can go, that was my guide here, you can actually choose your parents now and say, there'd be kids, but you can say, I'd like you to be my mother or father. Not too many people are going to believe that, but that's what he told me. So it's
interesting, right? Because there's soul contracts and why we come back, and then sometimes you come back and it's not a good relationship with your parents, and you think, why would I have chosen that situation?
Because you're working through it. You're working through it. And if you don't, and I used to think it always had to be in the next life, but actually you can skip lives, you can come back and not do that, but you can do it maybe 3 lifetimes from now. But I think the whole object of the whole thing is to get to where you want to be. So if something's bothering you now, you may as well figure it out here, because you're only going to come back 1, 2, 3 lifetimes from now with the same thing in a different situation. Absolutely, absolutely. You know, when you begin to open up, it kind of does make sense, doesn't it? So many people say, what are you talking about? And I understand that too.
But there are people, to us, this all seems like a normal, everyday conversation. It's because we feel it, we believe it, we live it.
Right.
And then you go, I call them the human world. You go out to the human world and they look and they say, what do you mean you think you're not from this planet? What do you mean you're an energy sponge? How does that work?
It's fascinating, yeah.
And sometimes it feels good, and sometimes, there's a lot of times it doesn't feel so good. Because when you absorb the wrong energies,
because exactly.
It doesn't make you feel so good.
Yeah, especially when you're feeling really positive and then someone starts going the other way into a negative situation. It really can make you sick. I feel that. I know that. I've had that happen, as you have too.
All about that today on your show.
Beautiful. Frequency energies. Everyone's going to be here, right? Please come with questions regarding that.
I can't believe that we only have 10 minutes left of the show, because maybe
Great.
Tracy will
Beautiful.
stay. It goes so fast. So we're going to send this over to Caitlin and Emily at the other side of the studio and see what they're going to be doing. It's all about energy, right? Where we hold certain things and vibrations in our body and how it can get released.
Before, which is going to add a whole other element to the field. It's also a lot of the things that I work with on my table are complex trauma and polarity therapy, I find, is, don't worry, we're not gonna.
I can air my trauma.
No, it's okay. So one of the things that I love about polarity therapy is that it's about gentle transformation, and it's also about giving you your agency back. And so we never force, we never push. You can't force anything to heal mentally, spiritually, emotionally, physically, any of that. And so whatever comes up for people on my table, you have a choice with whether or not you have the capacity or if you even want to go through what's coming up. So don't worry, we're not gonna, I don't think we're gonna get that deep because we only have a few minutes, but.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I think my biggest anxiety in the last few days was being here today. So,
yeah.
And everything's great, so we
You're
can work
doing
it
great.
together.
Yeah, I know you and I are such a pair because I already discharged all my nervous energy in the first part of my segment.
Well, you can take the rest of mine away from me if you would like.
Okay. All right, so.
How would I lay? How do you start out?
Well, first we're gonna figure out what is the intention for this. So if you want to give me maybe 2 or 3 words describing how you want to be at the end of this.
I would say confident, powerful, motivated.
Confident, powerful, and motivated. Okay, so what we will do together is we will explore what is supporting you and becoming confident, powerful, and motivated, and what could be getting in the way of that. Does that sound okay?
Yes, that sounds like what I need.
Okay, all right. So what I would have you do is lay down.
Okay, should I lay on my back?
Yeah.
Okay.
With your feet this way.
Okay. Here I go.
Okay. And we're just gonna be human right now, okay? Because this is weird for me too, to be doing this on television. Okay. Is it okay if I take your shoes off?
Yes, please.
And if at any time anything becomes uncomfortable, please let me know, okay?
Everybody's going to see that I wore mismatched socks today.
It's okay. I don't have a pedicure.
You see your mismatched socks?
Yes.
Okay. So what we would do first is we're both going to try to slow everything down right now. And I know there's a lot going on in the field around us. We had the rain and the thunder, and then there's all this conversation going on, and there's a lot of other energies in the room besides you and me. But maybe we can start to slow down and get into you right now.
Okay.
Get into your body, so you can close your eyes. And if your breath helps, you can use your breath, breathing in for a count of 5, holding for a count of 5, and exhaling for a count of 5.
Okay.
You don't have to do anything. We're just going to be. And for everybody watching at home, whenever I watch my teacher do this to people, it is relaxing to watch it. And so you might notice yourself kind of dozing off. And that's okay. But we're all going to be in this field together, supporting Emily. Mm-hmm.
For the amount of caffeine I've had today, I feel very relaxed.
Yeah, and that's also going to affect your field too, right? Because it's going to put some extra charge in the system. But we can always find a balance in that charge.
So Caitlin, you feel her energy.
So what I would do now, yeah, so I'm trying to connect to her midline, to her energy field. There is like so much going on. I mean, I've never thought in a million years I would do this on live television.
Me neither.
I know. But yeah, right now I'm just kind of getting a sense of like where she's at energetically. And her, is it okay if we talk about your?
Go ahead, I'm an open book.
Okay. So her intentions of like confidence and power and motivation, that's very fiery. It's very fire element. So that lets me know that that is an element that I'm going to want to like work with and maybe give some support to bring in more of a charge. But I also want to know what's getting in the way of that fire element being more lit. Is it water? Is it earth? And talking in like human perspective, let's ask Emily actually. Is there anywhere in your life where you feel like there is motivation and power and confidence?
I feel powerful and I feel confident within my brain. I feel like I know that I'm smart and I know that I'm powerful and confident, but every human has insecurities, and just doing something new is always a little bit scary, like this moment right here. Yeah. But I know that I have the power within me. It's just bringing it out.
Yeah. Is there any specific moment in your life or like place where you feel the most confident?
I guess I feel the most confident when I am behind, sitting at a computer writing. I love to write, and that's where I feel the most empowered because I know that I'm capable of doing a good job. It's just, putting that work out there, getting feedback, a lot of things like that are discouraging, but I do feel powerful when I am writing and getting my thoughts on a page, so.
All right, we're going to let you guys finish your session over there, at least start it. We're going to wrap up at the show over here in the cafe. Wow, there's so much going on here, but 2:30 today, we've got Call Me Zena, so the energy field is going to keep elevating. And Tracy's here, and Veronica, and Freddie, I hope wherever you are, you're doing great. I think they've got a piece before we wrap up today's show to see where could you be? Nate, we have that piece?
I'll be quiet.
Where is Freddie? Wow. See what happens when you're away? They have a whole lot of fun here. But what a great show, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. And Veronica and Caitlin, Tracy, Sally. Hey, Josh. Steve Giordano, it's been a great set. And before we wrap up, I'm going to send this over to This Day in History. Have a great afternoon, everyone. Tune in to Call Me Zena today at 2:30. See what Sally's got going on. You can always call in 888-994-4995 Studio A and see what's happening. Tune into the Jeff Santos Show today, also in Ant Media Productions. You may even find out where Freddie is. Full moon is tonight. So I guess what we're going to do, Tracy, manifest? Supermoon. Release all that does not serve you. We're going to tune into This Day in History and wrap it up, and we'll see you tomorrow at 9 a.m. drive time. Have a great afternoon, everyone. Stay dry.
Well, that's about it for today. Even though the show's over, the Broken Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day from 12 to 2. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddie S. will bring you more good cheer next time. You can follow the Brooklyn Cafe on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe TV to rewatch every minute of the show. We'll see you next time.